if we don't want the police involved, let's just let her have her soup. So I did. I went to my tent. I got my cup. I went back to that thing and I slammed my cup on the next to the soup bowl, and she filled me up.
Yeah.
And I sat and I ate, and it was like I sat at the table and everybody kind of scooted away.
And this is the story where we part the Red Sea. What's the point of that lesson?
So
nobody knows.
We were all depleted, but also we weren't trying to be little bitches either. Like, we were all just like, hey, we're all experiencing this. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Complain? Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
No shit, idiot. We're all hungry.
Yeah.
So I will give it to these ladies.
Yeah.
We were all just taking our, as I'll say it again, our shit sandwiches. Like, everybody took it like a champ.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of their shit.
I wonder if that entire team of good Christian ladies were terrified to come tipple tap on your tent and be like, it's time to wake up. They skedaddle away. Dude. Welcome to the Whisper and Flame podcast. My name's Michael.
And I'm Jen. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. End of an era.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Last episode of the season.
Yeah.
I have to say, something unexpected happened in our social media platforms. You had a random message about forgiveness.
We were just messing around.
We were just messing around, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't any part of anything super big.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, did people have a lot to say about that topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
What really stuck out to me more about what you were saying is how the people were reacting.
Yeah.
Which is, forgiveness is hard. There were a lot of personal stories that surfaced and like really specific scenarios. That's like,
yeah,
I don't even know how we would begin to address that. Overall, we can say we all agree forgiveness can be hard.
Yeah. One of the hardest things to do.
And then it's this whole, is it about me or is it about them? Is it about the person who needs to give the forgiveness or the person who needs to receive the forgiveness?
Right.
And that really came out in the comments too. You can feel the pain that these people are having. Like, they hear it, the message. They know scripture's right. They know the command is clear.
Yeah.
But just doing it, forgiving someone, it doesn't heal the pain.
Yeah. Well, it's not even something you can approach. Not immediately. Right? Because like I when I hear you say that, I hear like churches or people from the pulpit, pastors and stuff saying like, it doesn't matter, you just got to forgive. Just forgive them. Just forgive them. And it's like, okay. Like, hold on there, guy. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. And to acknowledge that is it's not to do something sacrilegious. It's not to practice heresy. It's not to run away from God. To acknowledge that is still to acknowledge the truth that forgiveness is incredibly hard, and true forgiveness comes at a huge cost. It always has. Cost Jesus, didn't it? You can't just flippantly say, just forgive. It costs. And it's the hardest thing to do. Setting someone free from the debt that they owe you, it costs you. Because they genuinely owe you something. And it's like, okay, we know that it's true. Like, what sucks is that we know that the guy saying that is boiling down Jesus's words incautiously, but correctly. We do need to forgive. Because forgiveness releases debt. It sets us free from thinking about the other person's debt all the time, and it sets them free from having to pay us back a debt. It sets everyone free. And we want to take that out of their hides sometimes. We want vengeance. We don't just want justice. We don't just want the scales to be balanced. We want them to be balanced the other way. because the scales were imbalanced toward us. And so we go, nope, boom, I'm going to do this and take it all out on you. That's vengeance. So tell me about a time when you've wanted vengeance.
Oh, I got a time.
Do you? There's a crazy look in your eyes when you say that, and it was frightening to look at.
Because it was this time of year.
I'm staring down the double barrel shotgun of her dead eyes when she's she's like, "Oh, I got one for you."
It's top of mind for me because it was literally this time 2 years ago.
Okay.
That's something
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
All right, let's hear it.
I went on what I refer to as the cult hike.
The cult
hike.
CULT. Okay.
Yep. The bad thing, the bad one, the bad kind. Is there a good kind?
No.
No.
It turns out no.
I had a very, very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And neighbor.
Yeah.
Who said, "Hey, I've done this thing before where it's like this women's." She was very specific not to call it a retreat, but everything about it sounded like a women's retreat.
Yeah, like a churchy women's retreat.
And we're going to do some really, really hard hikes. And we're going to have some physical, challenges here. But we're also going to connect. And I did this before and it was wonderful. And it really, really brought me closer to Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sold.
Sign
It's
me up.
outdoorsy, which I love.
Yeah.
It's physically challenging, which I love.
That's great.
It's connecting with women, which I'd love to do.
So the church
and Jesus
bust you down there or something, and you went and
we went in groups.
Okay.
So it was women from all over the country.
Yeah.
We had a group, and it was they want 10 in your group, so it was a pretty big deal.
Okay, so there were 10 in your group, and then there were other groups. All right, setting the stage.
So we're ready to go. We can't wait to get started. So we're lined up like school, like you line up with your class to walk into the building. So we're all lined up. Yeah. We got our packs on. They told us before we went, no makeup, no electronics, no watches, no agenda. You're just here. Just bring yourself, put this stuff in your day pack. Like they were very, very specific.
Okay.
So the first hour in, when we're in a line, they started handing garbage bags out to the crew members. And someone was making this big speech about contraband. And I'm like, I've heard that word before when I watch like the cop shows and when people smuggle illegal things into jail.
Yeah, totally.
Contraband. Like that's how I know that word.
Right.
I'm on this church retreat with a bunch of women. What do you mean
They
contraband?
were asking for packs of cigarettes and toilet wine? What were they asking for?
No, they wanted if you had makeup, food was the number one thing. This is kind of weird that they're going to these great lengths to it's this important not to have these things.
Okay.
So then they kind of joked, but kind of not, about don't make everybody dump their bags out.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
All right. Okay.
So
could just be a weird thing.
Could just awkward humor. They don't know how to be
Church
funny.
people.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
So it's about 5:00 at night at this point.
Okay.
So we start the hike.
Okay.
And we probably hiked for about 6 or 7 hours.
Wow.
All into the night.
And then you
all
got
into
there.
the night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't know where we were. Like we're just following the leader. We'd stop and have like these little Bible lectures along the way. Yeah. We all had headlamps on.
Okay.
But you're exhausted because you're like every hour that goes and you're like in your head calculating time.
Yeah, totally.
So all I know is we get back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starving.
Yeah.
Starving.
They didn't feed you?
No.
But you got there at dinner time.
Yeah, no food.
Okay.
In fact, if you had any food, remember we had to throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back, everybody's tired,
mm-hmm.
crabby,
mm-hmm.
blisters, whatnot. Now we get to set up our tents. And it's like 3 a.m. And no food, no snack, whatever. Just drink the 2 liters of water you brought.
At this point, are you thinking, did I make a mistake coming here?
Oh, 1,000%.
Because I'm exhausted. It's 3 a.m.
I had a real bad attitude that night.
Super late. Sure.
Real bad attitude. So
I would love a little bit of a spoiler here. Did you ever get a good attitude the rest of the time?
It only got worser and worser and worser.
I can't wait. All right, all right, all right. Let's go to the worst parts. Okay, so they're not feeding you,
That night, right?
but they fed you the next day.
Kind of.
What does that mean?
So when we got up the next morning,
Yeah.
and they would walk around our tents and be real gently. They were kind. They were pleasant. Evil little people. They were like, wake up. It's time to wake up. Go meet us at the meeting. Come to the meeting spot. And it's dark outside. So we went to bed when it was dark. We wake up and it's dark. And by my mental calculations, I'm thinking it's 4 a.m. Like, I think we only got a couple of hours.
3 hours
of
of sleep or something. Yeah, okay.
So
great.
the food.
This is going well.
The food comes in.
Gangbusters.
We noticed that there were sandwich bags
Uh-huh.
around our tent. Inside was a foil wrapped hard boiled egg.
Okay.
And one of those little like fruit leather things.
Yeah.
That was our food. That was our ration.
Uh-huh.
I like ate it out of, like, I didn't want to eat it, but what was I going to do? I don't know when I'm going to eat again. We get to our first or second Bible study stop, and they tell us the story about when manna rained and fed the people, and the whole line was like, just take what you need.
Yeah.
After that story, and we're all just like, okay. The leader says, does anybody have any leftovers from their breakfast? And I'm immediately like, oh, breakfast? Okay. And a couple people were like, yeah. And she's like, well, let me see what you have left over. And so this lady takes her hard-boiled egg out. And she's like, oh, I was just going to save it for later. Yeah, no shit. Because, again, we don't know when and if we're going to be fed. And we didn't get dinner. And we haven't eaten yet today.
Right.
Here comes another garbage bag. She made her throw it away.
Because
that's a great fucking question.
Because question mark. Because of the manna story.
What was the point?
Because of the manna story.
I mean, yes, but what's the lesson?
There is no lesson.
Thank you.
Dear Jennifer, there's no lesson.
Thank you.
This happened in the Old Testament, so now it's got to happen to you.
I don't get it. That was the whole, I'm like, why are you, like, it was pain
What's
for
the
sake
point?
of pain. Okay. Next story.
Okay.
Next Bible stop.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a team building activity at this one.
Cool.
Don't kid yourself. So our team building activity,
Okay.
axe throwing. Okay, that's kind of fun. Yeah,
Okay.
right, whatever. So none of us got it. None of us got the axe and the bale in the center of the bullseye.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, you see all these rocks, and they're about this big. They're about 10-pound rocks.
Sure.
And we're like, yeah, we see the rocks. They're like, okay, each one take one and put them in your day pack. Are you kidding me? Why?
So you had to pick up a rock
Yes.
and drop it in your pack.
Yes.
You and the 10 other women and all the women there.
Yes.
Everybody did the same thing.
Everybody did it.
Okay, so you're hungry, you're exhausted, and now you're carrying
An extra
weight.
10 pounds.
Why?
I don't know, but as soon as I turned the corner, I took that fucking thing out of my bag because I was done.
That's awesome.
I was so this is peak Jen.
You're getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
Yeah, I am mad. But you have to think, people drove hours in hours in a convoy with other people to get here.
It was free, right?
It was $300. Okay, there was a point where I may have said some things that could have gotten me kicked out. It was $300.
What's their overhead on that? How many boiled eggs equals 100 people times $300? How many boiled eggs you got to make?
This is a very profitable thing. Okay.
God.
They were clearly trying to break us. This was pain for sake of pain. And every time there was a painful thing, and it was always this like, something good's coming,
No, it was
you
pain,
know what the next
it was
good
pain
thing?
for the sake of Jesus, but it wasn't though.
It wasn't. It was not.
Holy shit. Okay.
So that night, we're getting dinner, and we're all like, yes,
ravenous.
Yes. So we had, they said, go. It was homemade chicken noodle soup, and you got one ladleful. So half a cup of chicken noodle soup.
That was your dinner?
That was your ration.
After
18 hours of hiking.
Well, by now it's 24, right? Because it's dinner time. You got their dinner time. So it's been a full day. You haven't eaten dinner. You ate an egg and a fruit leather. Or if you're that unlucky lady, you had only a fruit leather.
Yeah.
You had to throw away your egg. And then it's 1 cup of soup?
Yeah.
1 ladle of soup.
1 ladle of soup.
So it's just like a
half a cup. It was about a little more, maybe 3/4 of a cup. So I go up there and I'm like, listen, I don't have my cup in my day pack.
Okay, so
they did not tell me to put my cup in my day pack. I promise you. And I was not the only one.
So you had your cup, but it was in your tent, right?
Yeah, and I could see my tent. It was about 100 feet away.
So you just went back and got it?
No.
Yeah.
No. I tried to go back and get it.
You could go back and get it.
No. The guards, they were crew members because you had to have buddies.
You mean the prison guards?
The prison guards.
The church prison guards?
I get her. So there's 2 things. I skipped a part in this. You couldn't go anywhere without a buddy. Like that was the rule. Like we're at a campground. It's not like trees even. It's like flat.
And again, you're all adults.
I know.
Okay.
So like if I would go to the bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, where's your buddy? Like that legit happened all the time.
You couldn't just walk somewhere by yourself.
No. So wait, hold on.
Why?
Wait, let me finish this story.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you need someone to help you wipe when you take a dump? What is the point of this?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So I go to get my soup and I'm like, I don't have my cup in my day pack, even though I can see my tent, right, from where we were.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I tried to get it and I was told like couldn't go back to my tent. So do you have something else I could put it in? And she's like, oh no, but I'm sure if you work with your group, you girls can figure something out. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I'm going to wait till someone's done eating their soup and then take their cup and then go and get soup. And then I'm going to eat with their cup and spoon. Let me just walk over there. So I go, I am like, I'm sitting at the table with my group and they're being nice and they're trying to console me. And they're like, you can use my cup. You can use them. I'll even split my soup with you. Like, great. You get your 4 bites. I get my 4 bites. And I'm just like, I don't even know what to do with myself. And I finally just said, this is fucking stupid out loud.
To all these church people?
Oh, yeah.
How loud were you when you said that?
Not the loudest that I'm going to tell you about.
You hadn't gotten loud as you were going to get yet.
Correct.
Awesome.
That's pretty loud, though.
So you dropped the F-bomb at church.
I dropped the F-bomb at church.
At prison church.
In prison church.
Cool.
I proceeded to walk back to my tent, got intercepted by the same prison guard.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going back to our tents yet. And I said, oh, yes, I am. I'm getting my cup. I'm eating my soup.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Like, I didn't say this, but I'm like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
If we don't want the police involved, let's just let her have her soup. So I did. I went to my tent. I got my cup. I went back to that thing and I slammed my cup on the next to the soup bowl and she filled me up.
Yeah.
And I sat and I ate. And it was like I sat at the table and everybody kind of scooted away.
And this is the story where we part the Red Sea. What's the point of that lesson?
So
nobody knows.
Then they're like, okay, you can go back to your tents now. I'm like, mm-mm.
Oh, it was like right after dinner?
Yeah. I'm like, I do not trust this. Because it was early. This is, something's up. Didn't trust it.
Okay.
I was right. My instincts were right.
Yeah.
So a couple of hours later, they woke us up.
If this can go wrong for me, it will go wrong for me.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, church.
Yeah. So a couple hours later, they wake us up.
Yeah.
And I am mad.
See, here's what you don't know about Jen. She's from the south side of Chicago. She's from O Block. And you don't really want to mess with this person. She's a terrifying force of nature when she's angry.
A honey badger, if you will.
A honey badger, if you will. They fight snakes and they get bit and poisoned. And then they just come right back to life. That's you.
Yeah. So I'm mad because I'm tired. And I'm tired of their shit.
I wonder if that entire team of good Christian ladies were terrified to come tipple tap on your tent and be like, it's time to wake up. They skedaddle away. Dude.
I'm like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and go to this meeting place and get this shit over with. So I go to walk to the bathroom and they're like, guess what? Oh, hey, where's your buddy? I don't have one.
I got 2 buddies right here.
And I kept walking. I get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's a crew member in there washing her hands without a buddy, mind you. She knows no one else is in there.
Yeah.
And she peeks her head out the door. She doesn't see anybody out there. And she goes, where's your buddy? I can't take another "Where's your buddy?" question. I gotta piss. Is that okay? I'm so mad.
I'm going to take the biggest dump of my life. Do you want to be in here and listen to it? Do you need
Come
to
on
help
in.
me wipe? Come on in.
Okay.
Oh
I go to
my
the meeting
God.
place. Okay, so this is what they did. The meeting place was like this tall fire. It wasn't even like a huge, big, girthy fire. It was just tall flames.
We've said girthy 3 episodes in a row. So that was the circle of girthy trust that you were not in.
No, I didn't trust any of these assholes. Sorry. I didn't trust any of these kind of
Wonderfully
ladies.
committed Christians.
Yes. Tall
With
fire.
the best of intentions, paving the path to hell for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge. I mean, it was quite the show.
Sure.
I mean, it's pitch black, but it's this big, tall fire and this big cross in the background. And we all made like this horseshoe
Did
shape
they
around
catch it on fire?
No.
Were they in the KKK?
It was a little emotional, scary. Like they were creating a vibe. So this was Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Okay.
Okay.
So
This was the setting.
Trying to make you feel the fear and the intensity
heaviness,
and the heaviness that he was going through.
Like you're tired, you're exhausted, you're hungry. And
they're
guess
trying
what?
to get you to a Gethsemane moment.
Yeah.
So you can what?
Well, I'll tell you what I
Die
did.
the next day?
I'll tell you what I did. It's not what Jesus did. Spoiler alert. So I'm mad and I'm waiting for my group and I'm just, come on, let's go. I'm literally tapping my toe. I'm like, okay, let's go. And everybody's looking for me because
You're just like jiggling with anger. You're like jiggle pissed.
I am.
You're just
I am.
You're just like
If I can get up and walk a circle right now.
jiggle pissed. That's what you are. That's what she gets. She gets jiggle pissed.
I do.
When this leg starts going, oh my gosh.
I'd stand up, start clapping and walking in my circle. Okay. Focus. My group's looking for me because everybody's like happy going in their groups. Not me, not Jen.
Was it real? Hold on. Was it real happiness?
I
Because
think
they were just as starved as you.
That's a really good question. So everybody was in this very depleted state.
Yeah.
Both hungry and sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Obviously, like this was intentional.
This was a Gethsemane thing. Depleted is exactly the right word.
We were all depleted, but also we weren't trying to be little bitches either. Like we were all just like, hey, we're all experiencing this. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Complain? Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
No shit, idiot. We're all hungry.
Yeah.
So I will give it to these ladies.
Yeah.
We were all just taking our, as I'll say it again, our shit sandwiches. Like everybody took it like a champ.
Yeah.
Everybody just bent over
Except you.
and took it like a champ.
Except you.
Except me. So was I the bitch?
Because you were the only one telling the truth. That
Is my language too strong? Because it's just coming out.
Nah, just let it fly.
No, but that's a good question. No, nobody was complaining except me. And I wouldn't even say.
But my question was, were they legitimately happy?
Oh, no. But I do think there was this sense of like, I'm fighting the good fight. I'm working on.
They're trying to make $300 worth it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So everybody's there with their groups. They start the Bible study. My
Yep.
group finds me. So like we're all standing together, but they're still kind of like, they know.
You were
they
by
know.
this KKK scary fire.
Yeah.
And then they sort of filter around you. But you're jiggle pissed. You're like vibrating with anger.
Yeah. So we get into scripture, right? And some women are in the moment. Some women are like got an arm, like interlocking arms, or like, praying, like you can tell, like they're in this very focused state, they're feeling it, or they're trying to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Right.
I cannot get myself there.
Sure.
And I'm done, right? Yeah. And then one of my teammates, very kindly, very compassionately, she puts her hand on my shoulder and she kind of leans into me to like make eye contact with me. And she goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I fucking hate this."
The music
Everybody
stops.
was like, "Rrr."
They all look at you?
Yeah. I just shouted that out. Like, think about the intensity of that moment.
In church?
Yeah. In church. Here's this crazy redhead
from the south side of Chicago.
losing her shit
Oh.
because she hasn't eaten or slept. And you want me to get contemplative and think about Jesus. I couldn't.
exactly the right reaction.
I
That
couldn't.
it's not the right reaction to demur and to like try to hold back and to like go with the flow. They surprised you with a prison camp for Jesus. You were meant to fucking hate it. And you did, and you said it out loud. And I commend thee for the spiciness that you showed. Because that's not how to do things, friends. Like, that's just not how to do things. That's how we talk about God with people. Like, we break them down. That's what they were doing.
That's
It was like boot
absolutely
camp.
what it felt like. It
That's
was
the
like,
stupidest thing.
yeah.
All right. What else? What else happened? Because it's not the end of the. You didn't go home after that, right?
No. So let me bring you back to the rock. I dumped the rock, right?
Right. You dumped
I
the
dumped
rock.
the rock because that's just dumb. And I'm glad I did
Okay.
because
So what happened after you yelled, "I fucking hate this"?
oh, so I walked back to my tent by myself without a buddy. So
Did they
guess what
stop?
happened?
No.
Guess what happened?
Really?
Yeah. The prison guard stops me.
Yeah.
And she didn't ask for a buddy because she saw like clearly. But she did say like, "Oh, we're not quite done yet, so we're just gonna finish up before we go back to our tent." I said, "Oh, I'm fucking done," and I kept on walking. And I went back to my tent and I went to sleep.
I love how much frightening bad language that you're using.
I'm
To these,
sorry.
not to me and not to our audience. You know us by now, but
Oh, the church lady.
to those very sweet church ladies.
They were very sweet. They really were.
Yeah, their good intentions were paving the path to hell
Yeah.
for you, at least, and
So-
probably for other people who weren't brave enough to say it out loud.
Yeah.
It's just like the whole entire situation of it is beyond the pale nonsensical.
Yeah.
For what this could have been, which was you were thinking was like this wonderful hike in the woods with people you know, right? It's like your neighbor and like people you know, and you wanted to go for a strenuous hike and sit at a campfire and talk about, Jesus.
Yeah.
And your lives and your kids and all the good stuff in your lives. And what you ended up in was a death march for Jesus. They had to break you down to talk about the Lord. You already wanted to.
I know.
What happened the next morning?
Woke up before the sun is up, as we did the other morning. So we go on our hike, and this is now the last day. We have this very beautiful ceremony where we needed our rocks, not our day packs, just our rocks. I don't have a rock, so so there was a little like drainage ditch situation that had like some rocks stacked up. So I just grabbed one of those. It clearly wasn't the rock, but it was a rock. Okay, people, I'm trying to play along now, and I'm happy because it's like I'm getting the out of here.
Yeah.
We had this really beautiful church ceremony where they handed us
Lovely.
a piece of chalk and said, "You know that big rock you've been carrying around?" Yeah. Right? The weight that you've been carrying in your heart on that rock.
This bullshit $300
And then-
loss in my checkbook.
And then they had the big cross again. And
Yeah.
it was like, go set that rock at the foot of the cross. Beautiful story, beautiful analogy. I had no idea that whole time I was supposed to be carrying the physical weight that was the philosophical weight that Jesus paid for.
Bore on the cross.
What a great thing. Could you have told me that?
No. Because nobody would sign
I thought
up.
I was carrying it because I lost at axe throwing.
Nobody would sign up for this if they told you about it ahead of time. Nobody would sign up for it. They couldn't provide you a transformative emotional experience if they had said, this is what you're going to do along each route of the day, each station, each whatever. The surprise is a part of it. The surprise is a part of the manipulation.
I felt deceived.
Yeah.
I felt deceived. And I was so angry and mad at them.
I think $300 is a little much to be deceived
be starved
on
and
that level,
yeah, sleep
to that
deprived
level.
yeah.
All right. So how did you go home?
So
Like, what happened?
how this all wraps up is we get done with our hike and our church service and we go back to camp and I'm like, okay, we're packing up, we're getting on the road, we're packing up, we're getting on the road. We turn the corner at our normal like meeting spot. They had this huge breakfast set up for us. Now we hadn't eaten, right? Like we didn't eat this whole time. And they are like, guys, you did it. We're going to celebrate. And us, the crew, we're going to serve you. So you sit down and you enjoy. And they had just all you can eat pancakes and sausage and bacon and eggs. And they catered to us. They brought the food to us.
You can't eat it.
No, after you haven't eaten for that long.
And
like,
you're doing all of that strenuous activity. Like your body's shutting down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and it almost felt like
were women cramming it in and then puking behind the thing, or was nobody eating?
No, you're like, oh, it looks so good, it smells so good, and you think you're so hungry, but then you take a few bites and you're like, you can't eat it.
Is that where the $300 went? I'm really concerned about this $300 because
you and me both, buddy.
Is that where it went? Because most of them, it's just going to be food for them.
Yeah, nobody ate.
Because nobody's going to eat it.
Oh, it's all you can eat. Great. Well, I'm not eating.
I'm
going
to throw up behind this tree if you make me eat this.
Yeah.
Did they require your buddy to fork it into your mouth? I'm sorry, where's your buddy? They need to be feeding you.
There's a million little stories that I'm leaving out. I just hit the ones that really piqued my anger.
Jiggle
pissed. They had the audacity at the end of this. So they're giving out award. Well, they're doing testimonials. So they're going around these tables. And if you wanted to give a testimonial of your experience, like.
And they were praying that you did not say anything.
Oh yeah, they were. But they had the audacity to say, hey, invite all your friends to come back. We're going to West Virginia the next time. Invite all your friends.
And lie to them. Don't tell them.
They did.
Really?
They did. They said, don't tell them about the food. That's how they worded it. I'm like, you mean don't tell them about the lack of food? And they said, don't.
There wasn't any food.
And then this is how they handled the sleep. Don't tell them about the midnight Gethsemane prayer. And I'm like, you mean the lack of sleep? You mean the fact that we hike? We're only getting literally 3 hours of sleep a night.
So your friend who invited you, did she know that this was what was going to happen?
She had done this before. So this is where...
So there were people on this hike who had done it more than once, and they knew what was coming.
Yes. And they didn't tell us.
Is that...
I think...
Is that the place of like the most hurt for you in this? That somebody knew that you were going to experience this miserable thing, and they didn't like Shawshank Redemption style sneak you a Snickers bar or something. You know what I mean? Because that's the way I would want to do it.
Yeah. It did. I feel like it's hard to know, right? Because obviously some women went and they were fine with it. They even got something out of it. But I think where I really felt deceived is it was very clear I was not one of those women.
Yeah.
It was very clear. So I did feel deceived, not only like, oh no, she's not digging this.
Yeah.
How do we get her there? And I'm not saying they had to come clean with everything. I'm not saying they had to feed me. I'm not saying I needed special accommodations. But if you really wanted me there to posture my heart towards Jesus and to get me in a place where I could try to hear him, and I'm so angry and hurt. And what did everybody do? I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying you asked the question about, is that the worst place of hurt, knowing that you had a friend that deceived me, and even when she saw how it was affecting me, continued to
shouldn't
not
she
say
have
anything.
Yeah, shouldn't she have drawn in closer to you? And like, what do you do with that in that friendship at that point? Because like, you can't. This is an institution. This is a church. This is a group of people making a decision way above, the hikers' pay grades, right? But like, there are people who participated in this to get you there. Mm-hmm. And like, how do you forgive them?
It was a really awkward drive home.
Yeah.
There were 5 of us in the van.
Yeah.
because I didn't want to take away from their experience. And my friend, as mad as I wanted to be at her, she was brought to tears. Oh, I didn't even tell you this part. I got to backtrack. After the breakfast and everything and their testimonials and their bullshit, like invite your friends to come next year.
Yeah.
Group picture time.
What did Mama Bear's face look like in that picture?
Yeah, I said, and I of course, you got to sign that you're going to be in pictures. And I did see anytime a camera came out, turned my back. And they're like, oh, can you face the camera?
Whoa.
No.
You turned around and faced the other direction?
Yeah.
In the group picture?
You can see it.
That's awesome.
You can see it. And it was like this big excitement when the group pictures came. Oh, the pictures are out. Pictures are out. I didn't even open them.
Oh my God. I would give you $100 for that picture right now.
Yeah.
We need to post that on our Patreon.
Yeah. They're lucky they didn't get the bird in some of those pictures.
Oh my gosh.
It was an awkward drive home.
With the pure Chicago balls you got on you, you turned around in front of 100 women?
Yeah. I'm not going to stand there.
But you still stood in the group of them.
There were pictures of just our small group.
Yeah,
like during the hike.
Oh, so
and I got my back turned in those pictures. Because they're like, you have to be in the picture. Okay.
That's fine.
We could play this game.
You could take a picture of the back of my ass.
You can kiss it while you're back there. Yeah, it was an awkward drive home. I felt the need to defend.
This story gets better and better. Did you shoot anybody?
No, of course not.
Did you take a crowbar to anybody's knees?
No, but I tell you, if one more person would have asked me where my buddy was, I might have punched him right in the throat.
Dude, that's an insane story. How do you metabolize that? Like, how do you look at your friends and look at the people around you and say, they're people too, they had a real experience there. How do you humanize them when they participated in deceiving you? How do you forgive?
It was easier to forgive my friends because she felt so bad. She cried.
Okay, so she saw it, that you weren't okay.
Yeah. So she apologized. She was like, oh my gosh, our friendship, like I ruined our friendship over this thing I was trying to do to bring you closer to Jesus.
So it was easy to forgive her.
Yes.
Easier to forgive her.
Yes. The
people who participated in that you don't know and that
not easy.
They stand beside it. How do you forgive them?
Well, my first instinct is,
or have you even tried?
Okay. I went through stages.
Yeah.
My first stage was, I need to expose them as a form of vengeance.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot do this to people.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, it was justice, but looking back, it was definitely vengeance.
Yeah.
Because I thought people need to know.
Yeah.
And then I went down that road.
Vengeance is the easiest thing in the world. Like, it's so easy to take your anger back out on people who've hurt you. Like, I've done it and I'm not proud of it. And maybe we'll put this on our Patreon as well. But I felt fairly hurt by my in-laws when our marriage was falling apart, and the friends that we used to have. And I recorded memos to them, and I just gave them what for, man.
Your in-laws?
Yeah, I recorded memos and I said what I really thought about them, because they did the same to me. They did the same to me. They looked me square in the eye and they told me what they thought about me. And I didn't want to see them in person again. And I just said, all right, here we go. This is what and it was this like tit for tat. You jab me, I jab you. It was vengeance, and it wasn't okay. And part of me regrets saying it. Part of me thinks they needed to hear that. Vengeance is never good. It never sets you free, and it never helps. It feels good when you're doing it, but it's usually not right. In fact, I don't think it's ever right. And so you didn't get vengeance. You kind of gave up.
Yeah,
You didn't record a
well,
memo and say I don't like you anymore
I did not do that.
like I did.
I tried to get vengeance, but
Mm.
there's very little online about this group.
They're hard to find.
They're
Of
hard to
course they
find.
are.
Like there's pictures making it look great
All
because
right.
you have to sign up somehow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Sure.
registration. So it's very 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 little's out there. Like I even looked on Reddit like
So vengeance wasn't a path. What about justice? Were you able to right the scales somehow and like
be,
find a place of balance? Like what happened after it's been 2 years, but
yeah,
you were jiggle pissed here for a second.
I know.
Yeah.
It really brought a lot of memories back. So I
Yeah.
did a couple of things to try to forgive and move on, and I won't even
Yeah.
use the forgive word because I wasn't really there yet.
Yeah.
I did get right with my immediate friends, my neighbor and another friend that we
Good.
practice hikes with. So
Good.
we had a good conversation, started in text, and not my neighbor friend, but the other friend that we hiked with. She didn't know that I was like harboring so much.
Oh.
And that's how I actually saw the pictures, is because she started a group text with the pictures in it.
Oh yeah.
Kind of, hey.
With Jen's ass
And I was
facing the
like,
camera and all of their faces.
so that was the catalyst that said, okay, we
Yeah.
got to talk because
Yeah.
this is.
So you found a reconciliation there,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is actually more like mercy. It's not justice, because the scales weren't righted,
Right.
things weren't made right, but the relationships were restored.
Those were, yes.
And so it's almost like everybody kind of, you and your neighbor friends seem to have mercy for each other.
Yes.
So mercy is not, it's not vengeance, certainly, and it's not even justice. It actually goes beyond what you're seeking with vengeance, and it goes beyond what you're seeking with justice, and it actually creates the conditions for your enemies to be restored to you as friends. That's what mercy does.
Mm-hmm.
It's this unearned gift to them, and you could have looked at it like, I'm now not going to talk to this person because she knew what was happening and she lied to me, and I had this miserable, terrible time. You could have righted the scales. You could have balanced it out and said, all right, I'm not going to hate her, but I'm also not going to talk to her. And you could have sat in a place of balanced kind of justice, like, this is what you get. These are the consequences. I'm not angry, but I don't trust you anymore. And instead what you did was you went beyond justice into mercy, and you reconstituted a relationship. And you saw her as a human being. I think that's pretty good. For as jiggle pissed as you were, that's pretty good.
Oh boy. Well,
But that's what mercy is, right? Like that's what, this is what they should have told you on the hike, right? Like that's what Jesus did. That's the good news. It's not that he was balancing the scales of justice for all the wrongs that we have ever done in the world. It's that he goes beyond the balance into imbalance to provide mercy to us who do not deserve forgiveness. We don't deserve it. We've all done wrong. Big wrongs, small wrongs, mostly big wrongs over here. But he imbalances the scales in our favor. And so we receive a forgiveness that's undeserved. And that's grace. That's mercy. It's unmerited favor. We did not merit it. And you did that. Like you did that with your friend because you cared more about the relationship than you cared about your own hurt. That's what Jesus did. And that's pretty damn cool. You know?
yeah. I went back a year later. So when I went the first time, I always, when I tell the story, I refer to it as the cult hike.
Yeah.
And I went back a year later, which was a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I did what I call the redemption hike. And I redid that same hike by myself. Experiencing how angry I got just talking about it again makes me question if I've really, really let it go and forgiven the people.
Yeah, that's what it is, by the way. And that's what real forgiveness is. It is releasing the debt that someone owes us, to to set them free, but to set us free as well.
There are people who have wronged me that I've forgiven. And when I interact with them, it's not like all those bad feelings come flooding back. I don't
Sure.
have to be intentional about being kind. It's
Yeah.
just it's a natural interaction. That to me is a litmus test that I have forgiven them and we've moved on. Now, it doesn't mean I let them keep hurting me, right?
Right.
There's boundaries in place now. But I think about if I were to go on that hike again.
It's interesting to me because, you know, we've all been hurt by people. We've all caused hurt to people. We've all said things we didn't mean. We've all said things incorrectly or incautiously. We've all done these things and then actually harmed people. But sometimes there's like a cheaper forgiveness. I shouldn't say cheap. Like, it's not cheap, but it's like a less costly forgiveness. It's easier to forgive some things than it is for others. And the hike, for you, I think it got you somewhere deep. And to forgive that is going to actually cost you more to achieve it. But I wonder if you paying that cost is the phrase you used as litmus test, is the litmus test for whether or not it's real. The cost of it,
Yeah.
you know? And like, obviously I'm basing that idea off of Jesus, and the cost of our forgiveness to him was his own life, right? The living God's own life to set the whole world free. So like the meaningfulness of our forgiveness is maybe tied to how much it costs us.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the harder it is to forgive.
Yeah.
That's the deep hurt and the big cost.
Yeah, the more real it becomes when we're able to finally pay it. And like that takes a long time.
Oh, it does. It took me a long time to get to the point where I didn't think about it every day.
Mm-hmm. Why did that hit you so deeply?
Well, these are people that are doing this in the name of Jesus.
Mm.
And I just felt so deceived by people that I should have been able to very freely trust.
Yeah.
And it changed. It made me cautious and untrusting just because it's a religious organization.
You let your guard down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't even know that you needed to have your guard up.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact that so many women just went along with it.
Mm.
And it was like, am I the asshole here?
A little bit.
Well, listen, I'm not proud of, I know we joke and it's like, it's a good story because of the way I reacted. I'm not proud of it though. Like it would have been, I wish I would have been more mature and handled my emotions better.
Yeah, but somebody needed to say it and nobody else was gonna.
Yeah, it also really bothered me, and that struck up something inside me too. Just how many women went along with it, didn't say anything, thought it was actually good and wanted to do it again.
Mm.
Like,
wanted to perpetuate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really bothered me.
Yeah.
That really bothered me.
So that had a lot of elements for you. How do you move forward in a place of peace? Like, how do you, because it seems like you're still burdened by it. How do you let yourself go free from that? Because only you can.
Yeah, that's a good question. This is really helpful, what we're doing here in Whisper and Flame.
Therapy? Oh, Whisper and Flame. Oh, yeah, this feels like therapy, though.
It really is, because it's a platform to, and a safe place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not perfect. I didn't handle that well.
Yeah.
But there are things about it that I feel in my heart that it's normal and human to feel these things,
Yeah.
right? And then to come and talk about it with you. It is kind of like therapy, I guess. But
Kind of,
it,
yeah.
it does help to know that, you know what, this is just everyday life and things that happen, and some things are easier to navigate than others.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about it. We're just two people trying to figure this out, and
Yeah.
let's bounce it off of scripture. And
Yeah. You said there are natural things that we experience. There are these natural things that we experience, um, but that we end up not being proud of. I'm not proud of my actions here or there or otherwise. Even if your reaction was completely natural in this cult hike to say, this is surprising bullshit. Like, I don't want this in my, this is my weekend. Like, I don't want this. I have to go back to work after this. Like, this sucks. And I trusted you guys, and I didn't know I had to have my guard up. That's a very natural, normal reaction. That's the reaction to have for that, I think. But it leads down the road to regret for your own actions. And I feel you there, man. Like, you know, the way I spoke to my in-laws or to our friends after the divorce, and how I felt mistreated. I felt misunderstood. I felt unheard. And I was mistreated, misunderstood, and unheard. I was. But the way I responded to them was just like you. I think I told them the truth, but it was with a lot of strong language, and I kind of regret it, you know? Like, there's so much regret that comes out of having a natural response to something. How many examples can I give on our podcast of ways that a natural response to something leads to hurting a relationship?
mm-hmm.
I mean, look no further than the affair episode where I talk about what happened there. That's a natural response that leads to something that I deeply regret and wish had never happened. And it's just like, we so easily fall into that. All of us have truly fallen short of the glory of God that we were called into from the start. We're all sinners. And the word sin is such a loaded phrase for so many people, especially people who I hope are in our audience, who are deconstructing their faith or deconstructing the Christianity that they were handed by their parents or leaders or whatever. The word sin, being a sinner, it doesn't compute for a lot of people. And I've experienced people who don't look critically at themselves, and they just kind of assume that they're okay. They're not bad people. They're not bad kids. They're not causing pain that they can see. They're not out there doing whatever kind of like, I don't know, like
They're not breaking laws.
lascivious activity that you want to think of, right? But like, all of us somewhere along the way have turned from the good of others and turned toward the good of this and only this. All of us have done it. You cannot say otherwise. We have all abandoned the needs of others to prefer the needs of ourselves, and that is sinful. It's wrong to abandon others and uphold only ourselves. It just is. It's self-worship. And it's not what we're called to. And we've all done that in our words, in our deeds, in our behaviors, in our thoughts even. We have all done things we regret. And again, I find comfort in that, because that means that we're all together. We're all in the same boat, needing the same Savior. And we've got him, offering forgiveness freely, counterbalancing the scales in our favor to provide very real mercy that costs, you know? And I hope you don't hear me saying, just forgive, just do it, just forgive. Like, I've heard so many pastors do that thing, and it's just an unforced error from the pulpit. Forgiveness is costlier and harder to do than that. Yes, that is what sets us free. Yes, mercy is the thing that brings reconciliation in relationships. All of that is true. And I hope you do that in your life because it will set you free. But don't hear me saying just forgive uncritically, because that's not going to get it done. And that's not going to take very seriously the hurts that were perpetrated on you or on me or on others because of us or because of others, right? Like, that doesn't take anything seriously. It doesn't take seriously where people are, really. But do we have to forgive? Yes, because by the measure that we measure others, it will be measured to us. So how dare I not forgive if he forgave me? And it's like we don't want to do that because we want the person who hurt us to be crucified. I don't want Jesus to be crucified. He was innocent, right? He didn't deserve it. I want the person who hurt me to be crucified. I want to nail him to the cross. But I can't. Because the cross is already occupied. There's no room. And it is the innocent person dying for each of us to release our debt, to forgive, and set us free. And when that happens, life is freed up to come in and free us from death itself. And I think that's the lesson. You know, I really do think that's the lesson. When you can forgive those people constantly asking you where your buddy is. I'm sorry, do you have a buddy here? I do, and his name is Jesus, and he is teaching me to forgive you as we speak. Get out of my way. I have to take a dump.
Incredible.
That's it.
Incredible. That's it.
That's the way we end it. Thank you for joining our conversation today. Give this podcast a like and subscribe to keep up with the episodes that we drop weekly. And if you don't like us, tell your friends about how much you don't like us so that they will hate listen to us. Right?
Who wouldn't like us? I mean, even if
A
you
lot
don't,
of people.
even if you don't like us,
Even if you don't like us.
because you're not everybody's cup of tea.
Boy, that's the truth. Story of my life, guys.
Okay, so if you like us, great. You know what to do. If you don't like us, sorry it didn't work out, but you can still tell people about how much you didn't like us.
I like that you said sorry it didn't work out. I'm real sorry it didn't work out for you on this front. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's okay.